Superman today. How are you? I am here. It is Wednesday, which is campaign review day, and I apologize for being a couple of minutes late because, well, I spent the last hour on a call with the folks at UpViral, meeting the brand new product manager for UpViral. So it's kind of freaky cool. He is going to be on the co-pilot show on Tuesday next week. So if you want to get an introduction to the new product manager for UpViral, pop in to the co-pilot show. And if you go to the upviral.com/co-pilot, is that right? I'll put it in the chat for you. Oh no, now this cursor is going to do that thing. Uh-oh. There is something on my Mac that is really kind of weird, and it has to do with mail. And if I close mail, then hopefully it's going to work right. So can I do that? No, it's not. What's the deal? Or is it Safari that's the problem? I think it's Safari that's the problem. Let me close Safari and see if that fixes it. Welcome, for those of you tuning in. Thank you very much for being here. Always good to see all of you. Let's see if my cursor now works. It doesn't. Oh man, this is painful. We'll just have to go. It's one of those off Wednesdays where I haven't even had my breakfast yet. My wonderful chocolate shake breakfast. So, pardon me. My tummy's a growling and things are off. Everything's off. I got a lot to do today, though. But it was really good to see the new UpViral product manager, because that means things are going to get moving. Lots of things going on over at UpViral. Why do I talk about UpViral so much? Well, if you've seen my shirt, I get 250,000 leads with UpViral. It is the tool that I have had the most success with. I tried several other tools in the past, and UpViral's just got more flexibility. And one of the things that I really like about UpViral is the reporting feature. And so if you, and you should be, by the way, you should be doing viral marketing, if I had my druthers, I would have you sign up for UpViral. There are other tools that are out there. There's Gleam, there's Viper, there are other tools, but UpViral is still my favorite because it has the most flexibility, in my opinion, and it has the best reporting. And I don't say that lightly, because if you know me at all, I advocate going in and looking at the frickin' data. If you're not looking at the data from your marketing, whether it's open rates in your emails, whether it's conversion rates on your landing pages, how many people sign up versus how many people came to visit your page. If you're not looking at this kind of data, then you don't know how well your marketing's doing, right? All marketers should be looking at data. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. Kelly says, let's see if I can get this to work. I don't know what it is. There is something, maybe I'm going to close Restream. I don't know what else can I close to see this, see if I can fix this. Because I would really like to. Maybe it's Zoom. I don't know. Let me close Zoom because I was just on that meeting. Let me close that. Kelly, good to see you here. I think I can use... No, still not working. I upgraded to Mac, what do they call it? Big Sur, 2 months ago. But I've just recently discovered this problem where in some instances my cursor doesn't work and I can't click on things. And right now what I want to do is put Kelly's comment in down here in the feed, but I can't do that. It's not working. Anyway, Kelly, yes. Kelly said, "Hey, Mitch, I thought you had a Christmas tree up then." And yes, you were right. I did. So if you see me in my t-shirt on my Facebook profile image, I shot that back at Christmas. So it has been a while. But viral campaigns will absolutely help your business. Lots of questions come up when I say that. Primarily what we're talking about is asking people to expand your network by inviting other people. Kind of, the old-fashioned, you've heard it a bazillion times, word-of-mouth concept. So if Betty signs up to your marketing campaign, whether it's a lead magnet or a webinar, the tools that I'm sharing and using are asking Betty to share with people that she knows would be interested in what you're doing so that you're using Betty's network to expand yours. That's all it is. It's basically all it is. The problem is most people don't know how to invite other people. So what I wanted to do before I got started, and I didn't get a chance to do because I was on that meeting that I just mentioned to you, but you probably didn't hear that because you weren't here maybe, but let me open a new incognito window over here in Chrome. And what I want to do is to show you this campaign that Nick Groff is doing. Now, you may not know Nick Groff. I don't know Nick Groff. Apparently, he's a really big guy in the world of paranormal, does ghosts and stuff, and he's on a show or something. But I want to show you what he is doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can share my screen, because sometimes this works slowly as well. And then I'm going to resize this so you can see it all in one window. This is a campaign that Nick Groff is doing. Kelly just posted a ghost. I wish I could click on that. I don't know why I can't click on that. But this is his campaign, and he is doing an Explorer giveaway contest. Enter to win a one-on-one investigation with Nick and crew at the famous Hinsdale House, with all expenses paid trip, included dinner with Nick and cash. So he's doing a contest, which is primarily how I got my 250,000 leads and doing contest campaigns. But again, this applies to just about anything you could possibly do in terms of marketing. And so Nick's got this real annoying pop or bouncing button down here, but it is bringing awareness to this button, and I kind of like that. He has a video that he talks about this campaign. And notice that there is a kind of sort of hidden countdown timer that 2 months and 15 days left in this campaign. So it is a long-term campaign, which is okay. Absolutely works. So if I click on this, yes, I want to win a trip. There's this pop-up. And what he's doing is this is a combination of ClickFunnels. I've done a little investigation. Kelly says that is so annoying, but I can't put Kelly's comment up on the screen for whatever reason. And Kelly, wasn't it you that just recommended me to help somebody else with tech issues? Yikes! Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for giving me the recommendation. And if it wasn't you, thank you anyway, because I know you've done it before. Anyway, this is a ClickFunnels landing page. And this is connected with my favorite tool, UpViral. So if you put in your full name, and I'm just going to put in Planet Mitch, because that's me, and I'm going to put in my Gmail account, because that's what I put in before. And then I'm going to do, yes, I want in. So this, at this point, technically, for those of you who are technical, this is actually still ClickFunnels sign-up form. And then when I click this button, what it's going to do, it's going to send me to the second page, which is the congratulations and welcome. You're in the contest. Here's what to expect next. Now this again is another ClickFunnels page. And on the left-hand side, there is step 1, and on the right-hand side, there's step 2. This blue box is the UpViral widget. So they've taken the functionality of UpViral, and this is very common with UpViral, to put this widget in a ClickFunnels page so that UpViral is handling the contest side of this, and it's handling all of this leaderboard stuff. Okay, so the rest of it is ClickFunnels, and that is instruction on how to get more entries in the contests, get some rewards at certain points levels, and that kind of stuff, right? So he has got some incentives to get people to share, which is over here on the left-hand side. So if you get 200,000 points right here, then you can get a personalized video from Nick, $250 in cash, an autographed clock, Nick Groff beanbag, and a huge canvas poster. Great question, Kelly. I wish I could put it up on the screen. Kelly's question is, do you think this is information overload? To some people it is. To other people that are big fans of Nick Groff, they are reading every word of this because they want the chance to be in that house with Nick Groff. Absolutely. So it depends. Now, the other thing that I'm going to share with you, if you notice, I'm going to focus on the right side of this where the UpViral widget is. Increase your chances of winning. Refer 5 friends to get 10x bonus entries towards the grand prize. Plus, you get 500 points going through every friend who signed up through your link. Kelly says, fair point. Of course, there are different people, and it could definitely put people off. But as that, this is a common question that Kelly's asked, and there are other tools, right? I mentioned other tools, but in this case, if you watch the right-hand side of this, this is still the UpViral widget, right? So you can share on Facebook. If I click this, up pops the Facebook, and apparently I'm not logged in. So there would be a social sharing thing where I could share it on Facebook. I'm not going to demo every bit of that. I wish I was logged in, but apparently I'm not. But I think you get the idea. So that would post on your timeline, or you could post it in a Facebook group or somewhere and share that message trying to bring in additional people into your campaign if this was your campaign. And notice that I earned points for doing that, even though I wasn't logged in. Shh. That's a problem with tools like Facebook. But anyway, notice that, so these buttons that are from send email up, those are very common buttons inside of UpViral, inside of the other tools that do similar functionality. And then the ones below that are what we call custom actions. Now notice I'm going to scroll, and 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 I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Now there are a lot of custom actions, and Kelly asked about information overload. These are action overload, right? Potentially. There are 54, I think, or 52 of these buttons. Kelly just asked how many. I counted yesterday on another show, and I think there's 52, plus the 2, 4, 6, 7 at the top. That's 60, basically 60 buttons here of different ways that you can earn chances to win the prize. And some of these, like down here, the black ones, are actually purchase. Right? There, go over, buy this thing on this coffee mug on my store to get extra points. And he's got this pop-up to subscribe, which is annoying as well. I'm laughing because Kelly just said, I don't care how much I love someone, that's too much. I don't have time for that. The funny thing, Kelly, is that people do make time for this. If they are huge fanatics They will make time. Now, I don't advise anybody to have 260 different buttons here. I do think that in many cases that's overkill. But this guy's got a huge following, right? And down below this, even, I didn't show you, but there's a leaderboard, right? And so it does show me that I am 946 on the leaderboard. Now, why am I so high? I have 6,000 points. Well, I shared this with some of my friends to do demos, and I posted the link to this. I actually posted it on the UpViral Copilot show yesterday as I was talking about this particular campaign, and a bunch of people signed up at 500 points apiece. So roughly that's, let's see, 6,000 divided by, that's, what is it, 12 people that have maybe signed up on me. Yesterday, when I initially showed this, I was way down at position 2,000. So, and Christina's here. Hi, Christina. Christina's one of my Movers Mastermind members. Good to see you. And I cannot, if you came in late, Christina, I cannot put the comments up. For some reason, my button's not working. My mouse isn't working inside of the broadcast tool, which is frustrating me. So that's why there's no comments up here. But yesterday I was at position 2,400 and something, and now I'm at 946. So I am moving up this leaderboard. And that's one way of getting some people to be energized to do more functionality. Christina's comment, by the way, was interesting concept of having a purchase as a custom action. Now, we've talked about this in the mastermind, Christina, but I know not everybody can attend every episode. I caution you to be careful about this because of laws. I am not a legal expert, but I also know that there is concern by some people that adding a purchase can potentially get you into a little bit of legal trouble. But that typically only happens if somebody reports your campaign and the legal folks start poking their nose around here. The key to it, however, is that you are registered to enter because they are doing random draw prizes, and therefore, even with just 1 point, you have a chance of winning a prize, which is what is legally required in the United States. That people have, with just one chance, the ability to win a prize. Kelly says, and Kelly, we should sit and talk about this because Kelly's comment, this would work amazing for challenges. I often offer prizes to the most engaged user, which includes referrals into the challenge. And then there's this thinky emoji. Well, guess what, Kelly? I have a course to teach that. Because yes, indeed, you can do very engaging challenges with a tool like UpViral. You don't necessarily have to use UpViral. Again, it's the tool of my choice. But UpViral does a great job of keeping track of people's points so that in challenges, right? So what we're talking about is a 5-day challenge to better health, or a 5-day chance to better mental health, or whatever your challenge might be about. Could be 3 days, could be 30 days. The biggest struggle when I've talked to people who are doing challenges is the idea that they want to give people credit for doing some activities in a campaign. With a tool like UpViral, you can actually have it track the points, and you can have it do the contest selection of random draw and leaderboard stuff. And so a year ago, I went down the path of creating some course materials to be able to help people that are running challenges to use a tool like UpViral to be able to create really freaking awesome, engaging campaigns. Because the second struggle that people tell me is that they want more leads on the front end, right? They want more people to join the challenge. Going back to what I said at the beginning of the call, is the hardest thing, and most people don't know they can do this, is the ask, right? So if Betty signs up to your campaign, Kelly, if Betty signs up, all you got to do is ask her to refer other people. Now, that's potentially hard, right? You potentially have difficulty, in asking. My father used to say that it doesn't hurt to ask, son. And I used to say, well, calling that girl on the phone certainly is stressful and painful and hard to do. But it's just a simple ask, right? I'm going to read that comment in a second, Kelly. And it is a simple ask to be able to ask Betty to bring in a friend, right? And the challenge there, see how I use that word, pun? The challenge is that Betty doesn't usually have the incentive to do it. But if you tell her, hey, we're going to track the people that you bring in for you. Don't worry about it. Just send people a message. Here is your unique link. And you see that like right here. And Nick messed up here because you could put in a branded domain name as opposed to the UpViral URL. But then you are tracking Betty's referrals and you say, okay, for everybody you bring in this case, they're giving 500 points for every friend. That's 500 chances to win the prizes that you're offering. And it's tracked for you automatically. And therefore, your stress of worrying about, well, maybe they are very active in my Facebook group. Well, guess what? We can create these custom actions to send people over to your Facebook group to do something and give them points for that. So the gamification, and this is where Kelly's other comment comes in, the gamification of encouraging people to share, now they have incentives. And in this case, you remember, if I scroll back to down here, if you get 200,000 points, then you can earn something. So not even in the contest side of it, you could say to somebody, Kelly, hey, you get 200,000 is kind of high, but that's a $2,000 value. Let's say you have a $100 course, and you say, look, if you refer 3 people, I'm going to give you that $100 course for free. So that's the ethical bribe, the incentive for Betty to go invite those people. Because right now, she doesn't have any incentive to do that other than feeling warm and fuzzy in her heart. So if you add this gamification kind of things that UpViral is doing to your challenge, bam, things start accelerating. You get more people on the front end. You get people engaged because they know they're tracking their activities. You are giving them contest prizes, either random draw or other ways of doing that. And now they're incentivized not only to do the work, so more people are doing the work, but they want to win the prize and they want to share with people, and they're much more engaged than they were before. Going back to what Kelly said earlier about, is this too much information overload? Well, it is for some. There are going to be some people that join your challenge that aren't going to want to do all the reading, and they're not going to want to do all the work, and blah, 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 blah. That's human nature, right? Everybody's different. That's okay for them. But for some people who are motivated, they're going to come do more work. They're going to invite more people. And what does that do for you as the challenge runner? Well, potentially, that's going to make more sales for you on the back end because they're engaged. When they're engaged, they become more liking and trusting of you, and therefore they're more willing to spend the money on you when you make an offer. Christina, yes, she says, I'm the person I'm the person with information overload. I prefer simple campaigns. Everybody's different. I know that about you, Christina, because you're in my mastermind and we talk about that often. There's nothing wrong with being simple. It just depends upon what your audience is like. And to some extent, you may, and I know we've talked about this, you may love simple, but maybe your audience is much more engaged with complicated. And I preach to you all the time about trying different things. Maybe one campaign you do is complicated. You find out if that works for your audience, then maybe you should be leaning in that direction and taking your personal feelings out of it and going with what your customers tell you. Now, they may tell you they want simple. They may tell you they want complicated. They may tell you somewhere in the middle. But the joy of this marketing stuff is you get to try different things. You get to test different things. And I go back to what I said about UpViral, is UpViral gives you a ton of data to be able to look at the results to see what worked and what didn't work. Because that's the next thing you're going to ask me is, how do I know? Well, you look at the data. You see how many people reacted. If they didn't do 25 of your 60 custom actions, well, don't do those things. And that's, again, why I love UpViral, because it gives you the data. Now, a minute ago, Kelly, and I still don't know why I can't click it, and yes, I'm mentioning it every time because it frustrates me. Imagine if we could get this integrated with Searchy as gamification for things like watching a video, downloading a workbook, etc. Well, theoretically, Kelly, this is the direction they're hopefully going automatically. So you wouldn't necessarily need a tool like this to make that happen. But this might be a layer on top of Searchy, because Searchy isn't going to do the tracking of referrals. Searchy isn't going to do a whole bunch of this stuff right now. So you could combine Searchy and this process today. But you do know that Stu has talked about this multiple times, that he loves the Peloton, right? The Peloton has some of these gamification kind of things in it, or a lot. And therefore, some of this could be coming. Now, I don't know how far it's going to go. The segmentation that they're adding in Searchy is supposed to help with that down the road. That segmentation is supposed to be coming this week. I'm sorry. I don't know that. Will keeps saying very, very soon. And he keeps implying that it might be in the next release, which they've been doing weekly. So those are my words, not his. At least in the this week part. So, yeah. I get really excited about this stuff. Can you tell? I know that Christina knows, because I can talk about this for hours. But this is one glance. Again, every Wednesday I do a campaign review. I'm not criticizing and I'm not ripping this one to shreds, like sometimes I do. But I did want to expose you to one other kind of campaign that has a lot of activities. And my suspicion is that this is working well for them. I don't know if this is the first time they've done a campaign like this. Look, if you get 3,500 points, you get a 25% off discount code. That's probably sitting in my email right now. I could get 25% off his gift shop, because I'm at 6,000 points. I should have an email telling me that I earned that. How freaky cool is that? I've earned something of Nick Groff's. Woohoo! But again, what's so good about that? It gets people buying in the store, right? These custom actions get people buying in the store, and then you give them 35 or 25% off discount code. Bonus! The key to these things is that these are all trackable. Now, just so you know, I'll give you an example. It's not 100% trackable, because what happens is if you go to the store to buy his jersey tee, there's a question down here is what's your order number? And you need to make sure that the order number matches here, and all receipts are verified prior to fulfillment of a reward. So if I used something like this to get this, then they're going to verify that that order is really a valid order before I earn those points. But that's a manual, that order number thing is a manual process. There isn't anything automated that I'm aware of right now that verifies that. So there is some manual work, and if you did something like this, you potentially could hire a VA to make sure that that happens before rewards go out. But let me tell you that I wouldn't care on this 25% coupon code. I wouldn't go verify all of those things for this one. Because guess what? If they fake earn it and then they come spend money with me, I don't freaking care. Right? There is the moral issue about whether or not they really deserved it, but I don't care. If they're buying from me, I don't care. They're a buyer, and that's what makes me happy. Like this one's interesting. I have not seen one of these before. But if you get to 7,000 points, what they're going to do is 10x bonus entries what you currently have. So if you get 7,000 points, that means they're going to bump you up to 70,000. That's going to be a manual process, by the way. I ought to get another couple referrals and see how that works, how they're working it, because I think they would have to manually add those points inside of UpViral to make that happen. There isn't anything automated to make that happen, unless they're using Zapier to make that happen. I think you could make that happen in Zapier. Yeah, I think you could. You could automate that. I'm going to try to see if I can get there, because that's an interesting thing. I'm even going to take a screenshot to remind me of that. Because I don't care about the Nick Groff ringtone, but I want to see how they're doing that. And that's what I do. I see these campaigns and I go dig into them and find out what's going on. So, there's a quick look at the Nick Groff campaign. Let me know, those of you wonderful people who are still here, let me know what you think. Oops. There's an old comment. Let me know what you think. Any questions? Every Wednesday, I do a campaign review. Every Monday, I talk about a viral marketing tip of the week. And every Tuesday, I'm on the UpViral Copilot show, which I should have my little logo turned on, but I don't. And I can't click on anything anyway, so never mind. For those of you who maybe not know who I am Mitch. My last name is Aunger. That's spelled Aunger. I call myself the Viral Traffic Guy because I can help you grow your business by bringing in these viral leads, people that you are asking to share your campaigns. Why am I an expert? Well, I have earned 250,000 leads with UpViral. They sent me this shirt, and there is this award that they gave me a couple of months ago for being one of the very first people to bring in 250,000 leads. And the key to that, which I really need to talk to them about this, because the key to that number is that not 250,000, but 115,000 of those people, or 44% of those people, were referred leads. They were completely free, a little tiny bit of cost potentially. But those are the people that, like Betty that I keep using in my example, Betty referred Paula. The accumulation of those Paulas is 44% of my leads. 44% of my leads, and your mileage will vary, but 44% of my leads were free. They came to me by referrals from others. Can you do that in your campaign? Absolutely. I mean, Kelly, imagine your challenge, when you run the challenge, gets 44% more leads, more people engaged. Let's say you're selling 10% of those. That means another 10% in sales to you. I don't know, does that math work? You're going to get more sales on the back end. You're going to get more participation in your challenge. You're going to have more people engaging. You're going to have more people on your list, so even if they don't buy today, you can get them to buy down the road. Right? 44% would be amazing. Let's suppose it's only 10%. Wouldn't you love 10% more leads? Stick with me here. These are the things that I show you on Mondays and Wednesdays on how to make this happen. And the Co-Pilot Show, by the way, if you want to tune in on Tuesdays to the Co-Pilot Show. Yes, I have training. Yes, I have the mastermind, which I firmly believe is the best way that you can build your business, because it's a group mastermind. It's not just me. It's people like Christina popping in and giving their own opinions. And we learn and grow together while I kind of push you down the road to do more marketing. So there's this accountability segment to it where I am trying to gently kick you down the road to make you do more marketing. And I show you what I'm doing and learning as time goes on. We spent an hour diving into this Nick Groff campaign yesterday on the mastermind, looking at some of the nuances, how he's doing this, how he's doing that, for example. So if you're interested in, and of course, Kelly, as I told you, I have a viral challenge, and I'm actually going to run another viral. So what I've done is I've run a challenge to teach people how to do challenges, kind of like Aldo does. It's Aldo, right? For some reason, I always have trouble with his name. Can't even come up with his last name right now. But anyway, let me know what you think. If you have any questions, you have any desires to have a deeper conversation, I'd be happy to jump on a Zoom call with you and figure out what works and what doesn't work. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. I'm okay. We can still be friends if you want to go down a different path. That's all right. Just here to try to help you be better at your marketing and to bring in more leads, because the more leads you serve, the more people you can serve, the bigger impact you're going to have on the world. Let me know. Pop into Facebook Messenger. Pop in anywhere you can find me. Nobody's popped in any questions, so I'm just going to close this down, and I will see you again on one of those scheduled appointments, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, same bat time, different channels. Monday and Wednesday are here. And I will engage with you in the online communities, in UpViral and in Searchy, and anywhere else I can find you. Thanks for tuning in. I will